I want to play a game.
This is torture.
Well, I think he's kind of cute.
That thing is not cute.
What'd he do to you anyways? He's just a little clown guy.
Yeah, well, your little clown guy is an evil serial killer.
Okay, he's actually never killed anyone, you know? You don't know his life.
I do know his life. He has a Wikipedia page.
Whatever. At least his movies are good.
His movies. Saw. The exact movies we're supposed to be talking about.
Hey, I wasn't done with my research. He took my toy.
Give her back the toy.
You know, you could sue him for property theft. That's illegal where I come from.
Yeah? Where's that? An AA meeting? What? Too much?
We are a small group of professionals who are examining the backlogs of cold cases and closed cases within our files. Cases of a very specific kind. When genre fans take their love of media too far, you get twisted, real-life criminal acts.
The Saw franchise began on October 29th, 2004, with Saw 1, directed by James Wan. The film was lauded for its killer use of low-budget filmmaking and its twist ending. However, in the 20 years since, the franchise continues, despite being mindless schlock that relies on an abundance of torturous violence to remain interesting.
Okay, they're experiences. If you go into the franchise and judge the movies using the same metric as you would any other movie, you're watching them wrong. It's about the traps, the inventive kills, the narrative that goes all over the place. It might be like a soap opera, but that's what makes it enjoyable.
Like I said, mindless schlock.
Okay, I feel like you didn't understand anything I just said.
And I feel like this conversation is going nowhere.
You know, if you just gave me 2 hours, I feel like I could really get into...
Look, let's just agree to disagree, Jane.
We'll circle back to it later.
Do you happen to know why I was watching the Saw movies?
Masochism.
No. It's because that our new case involves a killer who took direct inspiration from them.
Let's hear it.
Matthew Tingling, a 25-year-old London drug addict, murdered and tormented his neighbor, Richard Hamilton, all to get access to Hamilton's bank account.
So, is there more?
Yes, yeah, let's just read over some of the information here. It's a little shocking.
It's your line, buddy. What's got you so distracted?
How about you give us the rundown then, huh?
Right. It says here that Mr. Hamilton is believed to have been murdered on March 28th, 2012, at 2 in the morning. It wasn't until April 8th that Tinling withdrew the money from Hamilton's PIN, and it wasn't until 2 weeks after the murder that the body was discovered by a fellow resident. Do you want to tell how he was caught?
So you're asking the questions now. Tingling actually lived with Richard Hamilton, but he denied involvement in the murder. However, the PD was able to detect his DNA on the credit card holder and curtains. Also, the camera showed Tingling leaving the building carrying multiple plastic bags.
Really?
Hey, I know what I'm doing. What? What are you doing?
Just trying to see if you missed anything. Aha! Bingo! Richard Hamilton and Matthew Tinling were not only staying at the same hostel, but they were also drug users. Tinling was also an avid fan of the Saw movies.
That's right, Jane. Matthew Tingling starts with stabbing Richard Hamilton 17 times in the head, neck, and leg. He then went on to try to sever Hamilton's spinal cord, just as it occurred in Saw 6. The motive for all of this was to get Hamilton to hand over the PIN number for his bank account so that Tingling could spend the money on crack cocaine. Over the next couple of hours following the murder, Tingling could be seen leaving and entering his place of residence several times to dump the plastic bags.
Oh, it took multiple bags? Ugh.
He then went on to a cash machine where he withdrew 240 pounds.
Good old pounds. British.
Could you please just give me 30 seconds and let me get through this? CCTV footage and DNA evidence led to a jury to discover Tingling's involvement in the murder, despite his claims of innocence.
And let me guess, convicted and given life in jail.
That'd be correct. He was sentenced to life in prison with a possibility of parole in 30 years. Where did you come from, Skeeter?
You know, just
What? You know what? I don't care.
y'all think we could hurry this up, Matt? I haven't eaten it all today.
I had no idea that being in a room that used to be full of corpses could be so appetizing.
Well, you know, you get to eat lunch with a bunch of other people, which is nice, and they can't judge your meal of choice, which is arguably better than eating with a living.
You need to get out more.
I'll hang out with you, Skeeter.
I don't know, kiddo. Me and the corpses got a movie date we kind of want to get to. Now, let's look at this legal doohickey right here. All right, yep, it definitely says he was charged with murder since based on all the facts, this was premeditated. It's also worth noting that within the British courts, Tinling's crime was considered to fall within the particularly high seriousness category, which includes crimes committed for personal gain.
Yeah, I'd imagine he'd had a plan.
I mean, he must have known Hamilton was getting more money than the other residents, and so we chose to specifically target him. Obviously, could charge him for torture, too, due to the manner and longevity of which Hamilton was killed, as well as theft due to the fact that Tinling was stealing money from Hamilton's bank account.
Has Skeeter actually been smart this whole time?
I'm not really smart. I'm just a lawyer. And it looks like Tinling's lawyer tried to use his drug habit as an excuse, claiming this kind of drug and alcohol abuse can lead to outbursts that result in awful tragedy. However, looking at all the facts laid out here, there is no doubt this murder was methodical and planned out. And whether or not drugs played a role, they certainly weren't the primary component causing Tinling the murder.
I hate to say it, Skeeter, but that was well said.
Just doing my job.
All right, I forgot that you worked here.
Well, now that we know what Tinling did, all that's left to uncover is what was going through his head when he did it.
Matthew Tinling. Oof, this guy is a handful.
Is that your analysis?
You know what? Children like you need to be told no more often. I am getting too old to be dealing with this mockery. Ugh, how much longer until my retirement? I've heard Turks and Caicos is great this time of year.
Wait, no, tell us.
Matthew Tinling. He was.
Was? Is he dead?
Can I finish a sentence, please? No, he's not dead. However, he is serving 2 life sentences. We know that Tinling went after Hamilton due to Hamilton's disability check. Tinling was an addict, and his motives were mostly money and marijuana.
But the connection between Tinling and Saw 6, what, did he watch it while he was high that night?
Not every murder case involves someone getting high.
But that was the motive. Drugs. Tinling wanted Hamilton's money so that Tinling could get his hands on, well, substances.
Okay, but what about during the trial? Did Tinling show any sort of emotion? Anything?
Funny you say that. Tinling showed no emotion whatsoever. Patrick Upward, who was defending Tinling, shared the following, quote, "What you must remember is the circumstances in which these unfortunate men lived together."
Why would someone even try to defend a person like Tinling?
I mean, people need to work. The defendant may have been terrible, but a job is a job.
Still.
Never judge someone for how they get a check. We all find our own way to make it in this cruel, cruel world.
Well, he was convicted of murder, and that's all that matters.
It still doesn't make sense, though. Like, he just snapped, he watched the movie, and boom, he suddenly had the desire to murder Hamilton.
Good thinking, Jane. To put it simply, he had seen Saw 6 on DVD the other night. He wanted to recreate the murder in an attempt to get something out of it. In this case, money. He targeted Hamilton because he had the most amount of money out of everyone in the hostel. And that was it. There's not much psychoanalysis here, and I couldn't find a declaration of insanity either.
Really?
No. But there is further proof of Tinling's violent tendencies. His possibility of parole was pushed back due to multiple offenses while incarcerated.
Makes sense. His favorite franchise is essentially known for one thing.
Violence and gore.
Maybe Tinling was attracted to that franchise, in particular because of the gruesome methods portrayed.
I guess some people will really do anything for money or drugs.
I am never watching a horror movie again.
We all know that's not true.
Yeah, right. And who would you base your personality off of?
I guess we're done here for tonight, folks. Hope to catch y'all next time when we find ourselves a new case.
I'm done. I'm finally done.
Wait, what?
Today was my last day.
Last day? What? Why didn't you say anything? None of us knew.
It's okay. You know? Hey, be safe out there. Take it easy. Later, losers.
Jane,
Yes, Detective.
I just wanted to say, good job picking the cases this round. It was a good bunch.
Is there a reason you're being so nice to me right now?
No, it was, well, I guess I should start doing that more. I appreciate you and everything you do around here.
Detective.
Yeah, that's okay. We can, we'll work our way up to that.
Okay, definitely.
But, you did, ask me the other day about my name.
No way.
Yes. Well, it's a long story. And one that won't be leaving this room. But my name, well, it's